Hey everyone, if you want to make your own podcast but you don't know where to begin, Spotify for Podcasters makes it super easy. They've got everything in one place, it's totally free, and you can make money while doing it. Here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer, so no matter what your setup is like, you can start doing it today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and pretty much everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also supported, and you can even conduct polls and Q&As. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, the platform is totally free. No catch, totally free. When I wanted to start my own podcast, I did not know where to begin, and I didn't think it was even possible. And Spotify for Podcasters made it happen. They made it easy, they made it quick, and I am doing something that I love. What more can I ask for? So if you're interested in starting your own show, you can do it, and I highly recommend you give this a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Everything Kratom, the podcast about anything and everything Kratom. Great to have you with us on this Tuesday morning. Hoping all is well with you. Hope you enjoyed that conversation that we had yesterday with the owner of Happy Hippo. And today, the plan was to have the conversation air that I was going to have with the largest kratom farm in the US. Unfortunately, they were a no-show, but that is just what happens sometimes. Roll with the punches, right? So today, instead of that, and I'm sorry that I won't be bringing that to you today, we're going to instead just talk a little bit about how Green Mang Da was like really helpful for me today. How about that? So I've done one other episode on Green Mang Da before. It is one of my personal favorites. I even brought it up in my conversation with Christy Otis of Happy Hippo yesterday. Green Mang Da is just doing it for me these days. I don't know why, except I kind of do know why, but also I don't, because I've had it, a few times before, and it's always been like a hit. It's never been a miss for me, but there's been a specific reason why it's just been a savior for me recently. And so I thought I'd go over that today. So when I woke up this morning, I hadn't slept well at all last night. I had been up multiple times, just kind of like I was too hot, then I was too cold, then I had a bad dream, then I was uncomfortable, my pillow's too thin, so, I was like stressing my neck, I need a bigger pillow, yada, 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 first world problems. But that's where I was at. So I woke up this morning and I was very, very tired and just drowsy and in a bad mood, right? And Green Mang Da, and Green Malay also, for that matter. Green Malay is a really big, good mood booster for me, but I didn't have any Green Malay. So I thought maybe Green Mang Da will be the mood booster I need. So I decided to do that. Not just for my mood, but for energy, right? And I took, I think, 2.5 grams of Green Mang Da. So average dose size for me. And I had that, and that was right after having a bowl of cereal. And normally with just a little bit of food and it's in the morning, if I take, 2.5 grams of kratom, I'll usually feel it pretty instantly. But again, I didn't feel this one right away. It took maybe 15 minutes to kick in, which is a little long for me and my body. And in that time, I started drinking some hot black tea just to wake up some, and maybe that's what kicked it in, but I don't know. But right when I started drinking the black tea, it immediately, one sip of black tea, I didn't even have to have any tea, one sip of black tea, and it just immediately kicked in. And the Green Mang Da completely changed my day instantly. I didn't feel fatigued. I had a great mood. And it all happened so quickly that it almost felt like the way I had been feeling was like yesterday. It felt like it was a completely different day. And I just loved how it just swooped in to save the day. If it had a cape and a Superman symbol on, I would believe it. But it was so helpful. And ever since then, the rest of my morning has been going great. I got to work right on time, actually a little bit early. I've been getting a lot done. And about midday, I'm probably going to need a little bit of a boost. I can, feel it winding down a teeny bit, not much, but a little bit. and I'm thinking of probably taking my standard white Thai or, Indo white midday, probably around 1 p.m. It's a perfect pick-me-up, but it's just, I've kind of fallen into my groove. And I think that you can tell that too if you listen to this show somewhat often, because you'll find that I'm mentioning these same, types of kratom, at least once a week. You'll hear me say either green manta, or you'll hear me say Indo white, or you'll hear me say white Thai, right? Like those are my three. And it's nice to fall into that groove, and I think that cycling between them is helpful. But since I don't take kratom necessarily every day, sometimes I don't mind taking, all three of those in the same day. Usually, the green is on its own, and then I'll take the white Thai and the white Indo, or I'll take a white Thai and a green Thai, something like that. But green manta has just been holding its end of the bargain, like it's definitely been doing its thing, and it's really helpful. So happy to be in a world where this sort of thing's accessible, keeping my eye on state battles. Hope you are too. And of course, keep watching out for Wisconsin and Florida, because, they have that new KCPA being proposed that would limit consumption to anybody who's 21 or over only. And I think there's some other provisions in there that we'll have to keep our eyes out for. But that would probably be a positive step in the right direction, as long as it's staying accessible. I'm as always, I always say, I don't really mind the age requirement thing, as long as it's not like saying you have to be 25 or 30 or something. If it's 30, then I can't even access it at that point, which maybe it's just me being selfish or biased, but that's a little too old, I think, for an age requirement, right? Anyway, you see where my self-interest lies. But keep your eyes out for those state-by-state battles, as always. And I hope you're having a great morning, and that your week is off to a good start. Okay, talk to you all soon, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.